PTTP is here at Wimbledon police station. So we have a little look around here. So this is my third video in London today, and we're just past 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was hoping to get more done, but quantity over quality. But quality over quantity. So yeah, we're gonna crack on with this one. Have a little look around the front inquiry office. So there's the information on what to do with lost and found property. Bigger poster of property lost in a public place on that one. Yeah, so it's a pretty small inquiry office, but yeah, so they've got the little cubicle here. It says automatic door, but yeah, so I think you've got to be let in. But yeah, so it's more private than other stations. I like that this is being adopted in what appears to be. So I've got this on here. The station officer knows you are waiting. Please wait to be called. So yeah, so they'll obviously allow you through when they're ready. And then they've got the yellow phone here, but it's got black tape over the button, so it doesn't look like that is in use, and black tape over the sign. Interesting. It's because they've got a yellow phone out the front here now. There we go. So this front counter is open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So yeah, the reason I'm going to the ones that I'm going to today, guys, even though they're quite spread out, is because I found a freedom of information request online from whatdotheyknow.com. Sorry, just letting some people past. But yeah, I found a freedom of information request from whatdotheyknow.com and had a list of all the ones that had an open inquiry office, that they are still open, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so and then I cross-reference that against places that are in flight restriction zones and all of that good stuff.
Before we even get into this interaction, let's break down what you're about to witness, because this isn't just a casual exchange outside a police station. This is a layered confrontation involving authority, transparency, and one of the most debated rights in modern public spaces: the right to film. Today's setting is Wimbledon Police Station, a place that represents law, order, and accountability. But what happens when someone turns the questions? Now here's where it gets interesting. Police officers are expected to identify themselves, act professionally, and maintain transparency. But what happens when they feel uncomfortable? Does that change the rules, or does it reveal something deeper about how authority operates under pressure? Then there's the bigger question. Is this about accountability or confrontation asterisk? Because depending on how you see it, this auditor is either defending public rights or deliberately pushing boundaries to provoke a reaction. Stay locked in, because this interaction starts calm, but quickly turns into a tense back and forth that...
So I think I remember, this looks familiar. I think I've seen AB or Coley maybe. I've seen somebody come down here before. Yeah, this looks really familiar. I think it might have been AB. And it wasn't all too bad, to be honest. But yeah, so yeah, every place I'm going to today I know is not in the flight restriction zones, because obviously, as I said, I did cross-reference it and double-check that information. Yeah, well, I got quite a few vehicles in this one. I got a silvery grey one over there, a a black van which doesn't look to be liveried. No lights or anything on it, so I wouldn't say that that's a response unit. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of vans. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vans that I can see. 6 vans, sorry. 7, because I think that might be one over there, that big one. Yeah, but only like 1, 2, 3 cars that I can see, which is quite interesting. Yeah, got a big range.
Right here, the auditor sets the tone for the entire visit, and it's subtle but important. He's not rushing in or causing a scene. Instead, he's observing, documenting, and narrating what he sees. That approach matters because it establishes credibility. He's presenting himself as someone methodical, not chaotic. But here's where perception plays a huge role. To some viewers, this looks like responsible transparency, someone calmly assessing a public facility. To others, it may come off as intrusive, especially when attention is focused on things like access points, layouts, and internal systems. And that's the balance auditors walk every time: informational versus suspicious. The same action, filming, can be interpreted in completely different ways depending on who's watching.
Lots of constables are needed. And then, let's let this car through.
Hiya.
Hey, you alright?
I'm alright, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad, thank
Obviously
you.
I'm going to ask you what you're doing.
Pardon?
I'm going to ask you what you're doing.
I'm just making a little video. Cool.
Alright, okay.
Who are you, sorry?
Yeah, I'm a police officer. I'm not sure how I feel about what you're doing.
Oh, you're a police officer, are
Yeah,
you?
I am,
Have
yeah.
you got a warrant card with you?
Yeah, of course
That's
I have.
wonderful.
Have you?
Oh, no, that's not a warrant card, that's the badge. Can I see the actual warrant card?
That is the warrant card.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
one is,
ID.
yeah, but that's what you didn't show. Oh, that's the warrant card, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, can I see the ID? So it's a 2340441. That's wonderful. Thank you, Chambers. Thank you. Appreciate it. Is that PC, DC?
I'm a PC.
PC. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate you. I appreciate you identifying.
What's
That's
your
very nice.
name?
Pardon?
What is your name?
Oh, I don't give out my name, I'm afraid.
You don't give up?
No.
Okay, I'm going to ask you because I don't feel comfortable about what you're doing right now, okay? I really don't. How would you feel?
What do
How
you mean?
would you feel if I go to where you work
Right.
and I start filming you?
Not a problem. I'm filmed
Yeah,
every
but
day.
You're recording me, but you're not giving me your name.
I'm filmed every day at work.
Yeah, but you're not giving me your name.
I don't have to, do I?
But you ask me.
What,
You don't
yours?
have
Yeah,
to,
because you're a police
but
officer.
You don't have to.
You're a police officer, so
But-
you're obliged to identify.
Now this moment raises a surprisingly important issue. Something most people would walk right past without even noticing. The taped-over emergency phone. On the surface, it might seem minor, but think about what that phone represents. Immediate access, safety, and communication in urgent situations. The auditor points out what appears to be a contradiction: 24/7 access advertised, yet equipment that looks unusable. And that's where scrutiny becomes powerful. Because accountability isn't always about dramatic confrontations, it's often about small inconsistencies that reveal bigger questions. But again, context matters. Is the phone actually out of service or simply relocated? Is the tape temporary or part of a transition? Without
Do what I'm
I am
doing.
not,
That's to stop an
because
account.
Mate,
Don't call me mate. Call me sir. Act professional.
You serious?
Yes, I'm very serious.
Okay,
Give the
I'll be
respect to the
honest
public
with
that
you.
the public
I'll be
deserve.
honest with you. I don't know what to say to you. I'm going to go because I'm really busy with a high-risk missing person.
Okay, good luck with that, and I hope you find them.
I hope so. As
Yeah,
well.
me too. But I genuinely
I
do.
still don't think what you're doing is right. You
Okay.
don't show any respect to us.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
And I'm giving you my opinion.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
And you've got no permission to record me whilst I'm wearing this.
You're in public. It's okay, man. Oh, I really thought that was going to go much better than that, unfortunately. That is a shame. Yeah, so once she's moved, I'll carry on. Oh, we've got a marked one coming out.
Here we go. This is where everything shifts. What started as passive observation now becomes direct interaction. Notice how the officer approaches calmly but cautiously. The very first question, "What are you doing that's standard?" But what follows is where things get interesting. The auditor immediately asks for identification, and this is key. In the UK, officers are generally expected to identify themselves when engaging with the public in an official capacity. So this isn't random, it's a deliberate test of procedure. But watch closely, the officer hesitates, shows a badge, then clarifies. That hesitation, even if brief, can change the entire tone of an interaction. Because from the auditor's
Oh dear. Yeah, so as I was saying, obviously this van on the end here looks like it's a transport van for multiple constables at once. The one next to it I would assume looks like a custody van, or like a van that they would use to go and arrest somebody. From what I can see through the rear window, it looks like it's blocked off, and in the back is like the detainment unit, which is where they would hold somebody who's been arrested. And then they've got the bigger vans down there at the back. So that looks like a big people carrier with potentially a detainment unit in the back. No riot shield on the riot great shield thing on the front of that vehicle. Doesn't appear to be one on the one with the rear facing the camera either. So yeah, I don't think that they've got any riot vehicles here that you can see. But yeah, so that's the different sort of vans now that they've got here. And then
Now this is the moment where the interaction becomes personal, and you can feel the tension spike instantly. The officer expresses discomfort, and suddenly the focus shifts away from law and into emotion. That's a critical turning point. Because once someone says, "Feel comfortable," the conversation is no longer just about rights, it's about perception, boundaries, and respect. But here's the challenge. The law doesn't operate on feelings alone. The auditor stands firm. He doesn't back down, doesn't raise his voice, and leans entirely on legality. And that's a strategy. He's separating emotion from law. Meanwhile, the officer is trying to humanize the situation, asking how he would feel in the same scenario. It's a powerful argument.
or what the difference is between a white and silver vehicle in the Metropolitan Police. Not sure if one is like specifically for traffic or for road collision response, or what it might be, to be honest. But yeah, it looked like the two uniformed constables that were near the gate on the other side obviously set her straight when she pulled up next to them, and asked them to do something about it. So they have caution signs. They've got 4 caution signs on the gate, so one on each section of the gate, warning members of the public and staff and constables going in and out that the gates may start without warning. Yeah, so it's quite a big station, quite a big building. So one of the reasons that I came here was because I believe one of the times that I was at Charing, just with the time that I have on my hands. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do next is move over to the other side of the street for a greater line of sight and do the usual, get the drone up over and get some aerial footage just to finish off, and we'll take it from there. Obviously first I will double check altitude angel, drone assist, so yeah, I'll actually do that now. I'll show it to you guys on camera so you can see exactly where it is that we're at. Okay, so guys, we are right on the edge here of the specified zone. It's not a drone restriction zone. That is the one that I was mentioning in the other videos for the single engine helicopters. You can find that information on UAV Hub. But yeah, as you can see, we are just outside that anyway. Very good. There we go. So once again, non-uniformed female constable. The uniformed ones at this one actually seem to be okay. They know the drill. Yeah, so happy days on that, at least. Oh yeah, I'm just going to leave this run in, but get the drone out and set up. So yeah, I'm a little bit limited on how much I can do here. I would like to do some good circling, but it is quite a residential area. I'm not interested in getting anybody else's yards or anything in it as much as possible. And there is a crane just over in.
This moment is fascinating because it exposes a contradiction that viewers pick up on instantly. The officer claims she's dealing with a high-risk missing person case, something serious, urgent, and time-sensitive. But at the same time, she pauses to challenge someone filming.
Back. And yeah, to be honest, oh, here comes actually some people coming out to a vehicle, perhaps going out on response. So we might be lucky and get a vehicle coming out with a drone here. Yeah, it does appear so. But what I'm going to do, bring the drone over to a really good vantage point to get that vehicle coming out. Where are they turning? I'm going to go out that way. There we go. So the constables that just came out in that vehicle, I don't know if the phone that I've got strapped to my chest picked it up or not, but they actually gave me a wave as they went past. I gave them a nod, they gave a wave. And yeah, that's exactly.
Now think about that. If a situation is truly high risk, every second matters. So stopping to debate a camera? That raises eyebrows. But again, we have to be fair, human behavior isn't always perfectly logical. Officers are still people, and curiosity or concern can override urgency.